Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. A few months ago I sold my Civic Si. I'm sure some of you guys know that have been following the channel. So I sold that and got on the list for a 2023 Type R, and I ended up getting the first one in Atlantic, Canada. So I'm sitting in it right now. Badge number 601, and I had this car for about a week now. I picked it up at Colonial Honda, and I don't know, it feels like I'm living a high school dream right now. Like, I like the FK8, but it was a little bit over the top for me. So once I seen the FL5, I knew that I had, with my 11th gen SI being such a good car, I knew that I had to grab this 11th generation Civic Type R. So I'm gonna jump out and let you guys take a look at the car. I ended up going with Championship White. So here it is. The wheels look awesome. Wing looks a lot bigger in person than it does in pictures, that's for sure. Car seems a lot wider than my SI. I don't know if you guys can pick it up in this video, but it is way wider. I absolutely love this thing. Turbo brakes up front. It uses the same brake setup as the FK8. It doesn't look very aggressive in pictures, but once you see it, the car in person, with how wide the front fenders are in the back, it's a lot more aggressive in person, I find, than pictures. Pictures don't do the car justice. Like, I know it looks good in pictures, but not even close. It doesn't do justice for the car. These seats are fucking awesome. They're probably hands down the best seats I've ever sat in. The digital cluster's pretty cool too. That one's like the in-air mode. It gives you like this sweeping S2K kind of cluster, and then if you get it out of that, it kind of looks like the Civic Si digital cluster that we get in the Canadian spec SI. Don't mind my 10th gen mats. I'm waiting for a set of all season mats for this. I'm not going to drive it in the winter, but I just want a different set of mats to keep it clean. Red seat belts. This will pop the hood. So this car, it's the same as the SI. It's going to be a lot easier to work on just because the turbo's right there, the downpipe, everything's pretty easy to get to. But this uses, I don't know if you can see it, K20C1, same as the FK8. But I know the turbo inlet pipe's a little bit different. Turbo itself is different. I don't know if I assume the downpipe and stuff is a little bit different over the FK8, but alright guys, let's go for a little drive. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this out for. It's probably only gonna be another week at the most, and then the car will go away in storage for the winter, and then we will have it back out in the spring. But I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. So, just to give an idea, I'm in Canada, so I got my name on the list in, I don't know, I was probably bugging my sales guy Cameron in maybe June. Put a deposit down July 11th, and it was basically just a waiting game ever since. I was the first one on the list at that dealership and my local dealership, Ramsey's. But we figured they're a lower volume dealership, so they weren't really sure that they're going to get an allocation for the FL5, so they recommended to get my name in up Halifax, but I have my names in both spots just so I could guarantee that I could get one of these. So anyway, we ended up I had my deposit down. The first day they went online for order was the 28th. The 27th, actually, some of it started to pop up, I think, on Honda's portal or whatever, and then we had most of the work done on the 27th. It was finalized the 28th, and it was like a few weeks. We got the window sticker, or the dealership got the window sticker in the mail. So we had a VIN, we had an idea where the car was, and anyway, it showed up last Thursday, but they were closed Friday for Remembrance Day, so we took delivery on Saturday. So it was kind of messy out Saturday. Shitty drive home, especially to drive. It's about 500 kilometers from Halifax to where I live, so crappy drive, but whatever. It was an awesome day. But yeah, like, initial impressions is, compared to my SI, because that's the last thing I really drove, the brakes are miles better. The like, I like the seats in the SI, but these seats they hold you. They're a lot comfier. They're a lot more stable. They hold you in place a lot better, especially if you're going through some turns. The SI shifter was really good. It's probably one of the best shifters that I've felt. The only one better, really, I could say, would be rolling the gears in like an S2K was really the only thing better than the SI shifter. But this here is even better than the SI shifter. Like, I know anybody that drove an S2000 and sat in one of these, they would probably say that the shifter in this FL5 is pretty well equivalent to an S2000. It's extremely good, really, really good. Another thing I noticed, so the brakes are good, the seats are a lot more supportive, shifter's even better. Obviously with the K20 C1, there's a lot more power. Like, I'd say, to break it down, obviously it's not as fast as the supercharged Mustang I had, or it was faster than my 11th gen SI. Like, I would say, at the cars I've owned, it feels like maybe my PRL Turbo Kit 10th gen with the GTX 2860 on pump gas. Actually, this probably feels a little bit stronger up top than that car. It's probably closer to my Kraftwerks Supercharged 9th gen. I had a Kraftwerks kit on a 9th gen with the 120mm pulley, so the standard pulley that comes with the car, or with the kit. And I'd say this stock, it feels to pull like that up top. It's a lot more torquey than that car, and it's a lot more torquey than the PRL Turbo Kit 10th gen I had. So I don't know, I would compare between those two cars, my 10th and my 9th, and that's stock. So once either KTuner or Honda, whoever gets a tune, or whoever unlocks the ECU to tune these cars, if it makes anything like the FK8 where they make like 370 to 390 wheel horsepower with simple bolt-ons like intake, downpipe, intercooler, and a tune, this thing is going to feel strong. Like, and I'm kind of curious to see how the turbo is going to work. Is there going to be a little bit more room in the fuel system in the turbo over the FK8? So time will tell. We're gonna have to wait for Honda or KTuner to get into the ECU and see where the limit's gonna be. Are we gonna be right around that 370, 390 wheel horsepower, or are we gonna have a little bit more fuel system and a little bit more out of the turbo where we can crack 400, 410, 420? Who knows, right? But really, my plans with this car is either KTuner or Honda, one of the two, and then hopefully PRL come out with the with an intake the same as the FK8, the high volume. I'd like to grab one of those. I would like to get a PRL downpipe and front pipe. I'll probably keep the factory exhaust. It looks really good. I like it. I like the look of it. I like the look of the car outside the way it is. I like the exhaust. I like the wheels. It sits almost low enough for me. Like, if anything, I'd only want an inch drop max on some springs. Some springs are actually suited for the suspension though. I like the wing. I like everything about the car. Exterior wise, I think Honda killed it. Interior wise, I think Honda killed it. The only thing I'm really looking for is more power. So if PRL comes out with the, like I said, the intake, the downpipe front pipe combo, I'll leave the stock exhaust. Upgraded intercooler would be good, and I'd like to see what the car makes on pump gas. And after that, I'm probably going to get into, I'll add water meth and we'll push this thing. We'll see how much this stock turbo can make on meth. And then I'm sure PRL is going to come out with the P600 or the P700, or 271 will come out with, I know they have a turbo for the FK8 right now, so they'll probably have a turbo for the FL5 as well. So over the winter, once, I know 271 has a car, Honda has a car, PRL's waiting on their car. So once these guys get these cars, then the ball's going to start rolling. So I'd say we'll see some parts throughout the winter or into the spring. So I don't mind putting this away. I'll put this away. I won't think about it really till the spring, and then when the spring comes, hopefully I can get a tune and start adding some parts into the mix. But this car with an extra 100 wheel horsepower would be an absolute blast. Honestly, I'd say stock. How well the FK8 in this car brakes, handles, I'd say like it's almost, they make good power, but it's underpowered for how well they're set up. Like, you could add an extra 100 wheel horsepower and you won't take away any of the drivability of the car at all. The car will still, you'll have enough brake, you'll have enough suspension. It would be fine with an extra 100 wheel horsepower, no problem, in my opinion. And since I've had the car, I've only driven it in R mode, really. I just like the cluster more than anything. So, but the ride is stiff, so that's expected, obviously. Like, I could put it in sport, it's a little bit easier. Comfort's way dialed back. You can feel it instantly as soon as you throw in comfort. Steering loosens up. The suspension's a lot softer. You can feel it. I can feel the car change just over even these small bumps, and just on the turn-in. You can tell instantly everything changes. Really, I should set it up in individual mode and just keep the cluster. Probably have everything in R when it comes to the exhaust, the cluster, the steering. I have everything set to R, and probably for the driving around here, like the roads are not that great, so I'm probably say the car would feel the best with everything in R and have the suspension in comfort. Honestly, that would probably be my best bet for 99% of the driving I'm going to do. I'll just roll into it in third here, going up this hill. This thing just pulls to 7,000. If the rev limit was higher than 7,000, it would have, the car feels like it would have no problem pulling past that. So, I don't know. I can't wait for a tune for this car. I'm curious what it's going to make, and I'm curious how far this will pull, still make power before it starts to tip off up top. But it feels really strong, really strong. Anyway, guys, this is just a quick update. This is my first video with the car. I just wanted to do something quick just to get it out there that I got the Type R. I had it for a week now. Like, I have 1,100 kilometers on it. Just trying to break it in, get used to the car, just get some driving in. It's tough right now. After work, around 4:30 here, it's dark out, so it's hard to get videos. It's hard to get really anything, but maybe I can take the car out one of these nights and get like a better driving impression video, just my thoughts on the car all around. But anyway, guys, thanks for stopping in and checking out the Type R. There's going to be loads of Type R content. This car's staying. This car's staying for a long time, so hopefully we can do everything together. We'll go stock, we'll go tune, we'll go bolt-ons, bigger turbo. I plan on keeping this car for a long time, so it's going to be a journey of a build. It's going to be a long-term build. So I hope everybody tags along, follows along with the build. And if you want to keep up to date, make sure to like, subscribe, share. All that stuff helps. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.